Welcome back to News 3 Today. Halloween is here and the Savannah Police Department is gearing up for a spooktacular and safe time for trick-or-treaters with its Blue Light Fright Night. Try saying that 5 times fast. Corporal Rebekah Helmick joins us now with more about the event and some helpful advice to make sure that everyone has a good time. Thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you for having me.
Well, listen, you have had a busy week and it continues tonight. Let's talk about the event tonight because you'll actually be out with trick-or-treaters and you'll be patrolling neighborhoods as well.
Yes. We have an event tonight called Blue Light Fright Night.
Yeah. It's
at Central Precinct, 1710 MLK, and it's a haunted house. We've set up one of our community room as a haunted house. We've been working hard on this all week, and we did it last year. We had a great turnout, great response, so we decided to do it again. So it starts at 5:30 and ends at 8, and we'll be giving out candy all through the haunted house. So come out if, you know, when you have time after trick-or-treating in your neighborhood. Our officers that aren't there helping us with the haunted house, the ones that are working the street, we're gonna give them some candy so that they can give out when they come in contact with some of the trick-or-treaters out on the street.
And this serves 2 purposes. It makes sure that kids are getting safe candy, they're in a safe place, but also it kind of builds that connection between the police department and the community.
Yes, we're welcoming them, first of all, into our precinct. We don't want kids to be afraid of the police, and we want them to see us kind of in a different light, that we come to community events, that we are there to answer their questions. We're there for them. We're there for if something were to happen to them and they need help, we want them to come to us for help.
And this is so important to you that you actually have a community engagement team.
Yes, we've been, because we've been doing so much with the community and because the community has been requesting us for their events, we needed a community engagement team. We needed officers that were able to go to these events instead of, you know, just being on the street, because we don't want to pull officers away from the street that need to be there patrolling. So we have officers specific to go to those community events.
And a big part of this is also a partnership with local businesses and agencies, so you're just bringing everybody together.
Yes, in fact tonight Coca-Cola has helped us out. We're going to have Kona Ice there for those who would like to get some of that. We also, Bay Street Blues, they donated a lot of the candy that we are using, and we couldn't do this event without their help. And we also have a few things that we got from Old Savannah City Mission. We like to work with them too, because you know, our unhoused individuals are important, that we help them the best way that we can, and so we do a lot with that too.
Okay, so let's give folks some safety tips, because you sent out a list earlier this week trying to make everybody aware of some of the things that maybe they're not thinking about. They just want to have fun, but you have to keep safety in mind as well.
Well, we have a suggested time frame, 5 to 8, and to try to stick to that, because it's starting to get late, and especially because it's the school night. And only visit neighborhoods that you're familiar with. If you're, it's safer that way. Also, we advise people not to go into houses. Inside the houses.
At the front door.
Stay outside the houses. Get the candy from that area, and also make sure that you're walking on the sidewalk when one's provided. If there's not a sidewalk, walk as close to the side of the road as possible. Just because there'll still be traffic out there. The roadway is for vehicles, so we want people to be safe. Make sure you have a flashlight, that your costume is well lit, that if you need reflectors, put reflective tape on that. Make sure that if your children are wearing masks or the adults are wearing masks, that their vision's not restricted, that they can see where they're walking, because some areas the roadway is not level and we don't want anybody to trip and get hurt. Also, only accept candy that's commercially wrapped candy. We would advise not taking any homemade candy. I know that's something people used to do
back in the day.
Ago, but we can't. You know, unfortunately, it's better to take that those commercially wrapped candy. Don't run.
Parents should inspect that candy as well.
Inspect the candy before they eat any of the candy, because sometimes things come unwrapped and you don't know, and we would advise not eating those candies. And so make sure you're with an adult. If you're a child, that you're trick-or-treating with an adult.
And also some advice for motorists as well, not just for the trick-or-treaters.
Yes, when you're out driving, definitely make sure that you're not distracted. We shouldn't be distracted anyway with cell phones and stuff like that, but especially tonight. And loud music, keep your music turned down. You're not supposed to play it loud anyway in the car, because that will keep you from hearing children, seeing, in some cases seeing children, because there will be a lot of pedestrian traffic out tonight. So please make sure that you're paying attention.
And no drinking or driving.
Yes,
drinking and driving.
No drinking and driving.
Okay, so here's the information. Thank you so much for joining us today. Here's the information for Blue Light Fright Night. It is tonight from 5:30 until 8 at SPD Central Precinct. That's on MLK Jr. Boulevard. It is free and open to everyone once again.